Here is your Bull and Bear Stock of the Week. Well, an online travel company and a health services company, this week's Bull and Bear of the Week. We're going to find out more now with Shiraz Mian, our research director. Expedia, EXPE, the ticker symbol, is that online travel company. And for this company, I mean, they've been doing pretty well. Not a stretch to figure out why this is a Bull of the Week.
That's absolutely correct. In fact, the macro backdrop for the sector that Expedia is in and the overall leisure industry, the outlook for that is not as bad as some of the headlines about the broader economy would make us believe.
That kind of surprises me, but I guess it is true.
Yeah, it's coming off of a very low base in the Great Recession, and there is still positive momentum in demand and volume growth in the overall global travel industry, in leisure demand, and things of that sort. So there was a 3-4% growth in the industry last year, and the expectation is, and the momentum shows that growth should remain in place over the next 3 to 4 years. We see that in airlines, we see that in hotel bookings, we see that in cruises, and the overall buzz around the industry kind of confirms that trend. Now, all operators in the industry stand to benefit from that macro outlook. Expedia more so than some of the others because it is the largest online travel agent in the world. Now, in addition to this overall improvement or growth outlook for the industry, there is another secular trend, which is the shift from offline to online, both here in the US as well as globally. Given their size and the scale of their operations, they are one of the biggest beneficiary of that secular trend. There's a huge amount of scale in the online travel business because of the need for huge investments in technology and the need for marketing presence, and their large size and strong position in the industry benefits them from a consumer standpoint. The preferred provider is someone who has relationships with the largest number of product and service offerings, hotels, airlines, and all the others. Yeah. And from the supplier's perspective, the preferred operator is one which has the largest offering and provides them with the largest amount of audience, and that's where Expedia is. So we have about a 50% migration going back to the secular shift from offline to online. Yeah. In the US. In Europe and in Asia, the migration is at a much lower level. So there is huge growth potential internationally for Expedia as well. They have an excellent balance sheet, produce strong cash flows, and overall an excellent story.
Yeah, obviously their growth plan for both domestic and foreign is working.
It is. It's their. In fact, they have this travel search and research site called Travel Advisor, and they are spinning that off, and that's spinning off to shareholders, which should complete later this year, and that is believed to be a very value-creating transaction for Expedia shareholders as well.
All right, Gentiva Health Services, that health service company I talked about, GTIV, the ticker symbol here. Talk to me about this company. I thought health services was a good sector.
It is, but we are just living in bad times.
I see.
And we have all this talk about the federal and state budgetary constraints and a lot of debt and a lot of deficit. And we have asked our politicians to find ways where they could cut some of the excessive spending that the governments have done. What Gentiva does is kind of falls in the crosshairs of some of those things that the governments would do. About 85% of their revenue comes from directly or indirectly Medicare related services. About 75% of their business is this what they call as the home care, where they provide different kinds of services and nursing services to the elderly.
In-home care.
In-home care.
Yeah.
And about 25% is hospice care. And both of those businesses exposes them to all these developments on the deficit cut fronts. That is all the rage in the country. In fact, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which is the main government regulatory agencies that determines the reimbursement rates, they have come out with some proposed cuts to what they will be, what some of these providers, Gentiva included, would be facing. But that is not all. The Congressional Super Committee is expected to really come down hard and cut the level of reimbursements that these guys have been enjoying for a long time. So in the long run, 4, 5, 10 years out, Gentiva and others that are in that type of business should be in good position because of all the demographic changes going on here. But in the near term, next year or 2 years, the revenue and earnings outlook for them is quite cloudy. On top of that, they have some balance sheet issues as well. All this revenue uncertainty is putting into play some covenants into their debt agreements, which come due towards the end of next year. And the folks in the market are trying to size up how they will fare if the current trends and downward estimate revisions and kind of uncertain revenue outlook remains. So overall, kind of a cloudy picture for Gentiva and their peers.
All right, thanks for that. And in case you didn't know, we also have a Bull and Bear of the Day that you'll find on our homepage at Zacks.com. We put new stocks up there for you each business day in the Bull category and a new one in the Bear category every day. And so you'll want to check those out daily if you haven't been already. With Shiraz Mian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.